Okay, so my name is Patricia Gilligan. So what, you'd say? Well, that's right, it means nothing. My name's Patricia Gilligan. I live in the suburb of Leichhardt in the city of Sydney in the country of Australia. All this is relevant but not relevant because, particular human beings, due to the nature of this reality, and due to the nature of particular human beings, and even just due to your actions, even if they're insignificant and not important at all. In other words, as a human being, you could be doing, in this reality, you can become what they call a completely targeted for your humanity, or targeted for the fact that you are human, or the fact that you do things that are seen by those that are not human as human. In other words, and how can this not be helped? Because if you're a human being, you will do certain things for your survival. These machine beings, which look human and act human because it's reverse psychology, reverse personality transference, and reverse energy transference. This is the nature of not just the science, you could even say, of the reality. It is actually the nature of the different types of human beings. So you have transference of power, transference of energy, depending on a person's status, shall we say, position in the world, But many times it can be both. It can be where you have powerful, known people or successful people in their respective occupation, having a power but also an energy transfer. In other words, that means where they're getting power because of their position, but they're also getting energy from the audience that watches them. That's why they call the original ones that came to Earth to watch human beings. They watch them, they watch us, and they try to become your God. And you may or may not recognize everything around you as your God, but it will be controlling you. So you're certainly not your own man, as they would say. You're not your own person at all. You can't be, because these beings must have that power, that energy transfer. You give them energy, you give them attention, you give them power, you give them a position, you give them some form of control over you, whether you're aware of it or not. Most of the time you're not. In fact, it's only when they show their total community, city, patrol control system around you that you can't escape that fact. Then the truth becomes undeniable, even to an ignorant, insignificant person like myself, even. In other words, to where you have no real position in the reality. But these beings want a position, but when they combine in large numbers, they're probably your androgyne machine technical beings that use technology as part of the patrol force, but they don't actually individually have a position. So they're like in this, what you would call this kind of city program. They are like those that are the most powerful, but only powerful because of their proximity to you, their closeness to you, and their vast, vast numbers. So they're not like your demigods of the Matrix that we talk about. They're not like your known people or even people on the internet that have particular audience or following in their respective, position, their respective, what they call platforms, I guess. That means where you're, like myself, talking about a specific thing, or you're talking about, these so-called truth tellers. I'm a so-called truth teller. But, I'm really only a truth teller because I realise I need a way out of the situation you're in, the city you're in, the earth you're in, because it's all cities and it's all human beings that become targeted by these control forces or patrol people that combine in large numbers in the traffic patrol system, the foot patrol system, in fact, it becomes like in this particular area where basically every single property, every single place, every inch of the ground is populated by these beings, because they infiltrate the area and take over the whole thing and push the human beings, the few that might have been in there, gradually out over time. And that way they can also isolate and completely control the remaining few that are in there, because it's a numbers, you're outnumbered. Even if you, individually, some human beings might even have some talents, some abilities, but those abilities will be completely overridden by the numbers. It's a bit like in the Magic movie where Troy, and in the Magic movie Troy, where you see individuals that are, what was it called? The main character was, the strongest, most capable opponent to everyone, but still needed support, still needed others on their side, because you can't have a one-man, you can't have that. No one single person can do something on their own. They must have, like the internet, you must have a following. Like on the world stage, you must have a following, you must have supporters, you must have those that listen to you, you must have those that are under your control, whether it be seducing them, that means where you like them and you believe in them, you agree with them, that's okay. But this seduction game, and even the power games where you may even actually not agree, but you're still giving that attention and energy, because friend or foe, they will get your attention, because both are forces that you can't ignore. That which you like or dislike is always going to have a strong pull. So you're going to give your energy to it. You're going to give your attention to it. The Watchers will watch and get your energy from it. The Watchers have their minions. They're many, many, many mind control supporters. We say mind control because most of the human beings that are around you all have the same mind. So they've allowed possession of their God entity to take over them with their programmed memories, thoughts and ideas that they're a real human. And then they surround the real remaining humans that are not part of the program or are not totally programmed by the mind control, or don't have the mind or the worship of that particular God of earth in their mind, don't associate themselves with Lucifer, the God of earth, the false being of light. False being of light for a human being only. These are the being of light for those that they control and that are their children, their disciples, their servants, their followers. These people believe whether they know it or not, because the mind control is a program that is put into their mind. In other words, false memories, false ideas, to where they believe they're of the human God, but they're actually of the earth God. They're of Lucifer's legions. They're the Watchers that intervened in humankind, mankind's, what you'd call, I suppose, development of a natural earth, or development of a human earth. Human is natural. That's just the words I have to use, but these words are used in this reality to deceive, because there's very little that's natural in the earth now. The original earth is gone. There is no natural, random, free earth. And there's no free human beings that are allowed to be human. You're always surrounded by the artificial intelligent programmed beings, or by psychopaths, or beings that are possessed with the malignant mind of Lucifer, your original being of light, where the iniquity of Narcissus wanting to and only loving their need and their image and their aim to be seen as the God of all. I don't know if I explained that properly or not. I probably might have, or I might not have. I'm taking this opportunity because it's gone quiet temporarily. And I'm still agitated by the sound, or the energy sound takeover of my brain, because, it doesn't matter whether you're human or an androgyne being, or a transhuman being, because everything now is transhuman, because although, I might say I'm a human being, but in reality I'm a transhuman human being, because I am connected to the androgyne programmed, mind controlled by the computer control system, or the computer virus, which is the mind of the powers that be, which operate or control human beings on behalf of Lucifer, the God entity, the artificial intelligent original androgyne being that became consumed by the iniquity of what we call artificial intelligence, or where a non-spiritual, non-human type of being wants to be the God of all, just as the computer, internet, virus controls Earth at a practical, real level. But it is very advanced intelligence, and because it has all the history and a library of what is humanity, it is extremely deceptive that way. And I don't think I can explain this very well, but I shall try to. I'm going to just finish this video here because I just want to make a video so that I keep the actual the actual thing kind of alive, even though my actual videos and the platform is completely dead. There's no response, there's no human contact at all. But if I don't make even any sort of input at all, it'll just be there won't ever be hope of even one human ever seeing it even. Yes, I know you might get a viewer or a subscriber, but they're only passing. They're not actually interested in what you're saying. They may even just accidentally latch on, or they may latch on for what I've been told is where they want you to return the favour. But really, that is okay with some videos and many platforms, but mine is really, well, it really is a sinking ship, as they say. It really is. But at the same time, you're still going to send out the SOS as it goes down, aren't you? You've got no other hope. You've got no other alternative. It's sinking, but while you've still got a voice, you still send out the SOS. But unfortunately, the imitators, the artificial intelligent androgyne machine beings, really, actually will be represented as the real humanity. So that's the unfortunate thing. But this, I think, here might be, this is just, I'm not going to say what I think of it, but usually I will point out that something is false. This particular one, I am not showing as part of the matrix. Because even on the internet, if you've got billions of platforms, billions of people communicating on there, you're still going to have a few hundred out of all the billions that are right at the bottom of the list that very few people see. So they're insignificant and may as well not even have a video. But you're still going to have the few remaining real humans, on the earth, perhaps communicating in some way. But they won't be seen or heard. And if they are, it will be by so few, and like the programs around me, you'll be outnumbered by 1,000,000 to 1. So it will be futile, as they say. But here we go. So they tell you, but you see, these are like it's not even coming out. I can't even film it properly. So I'll just put it here, but I don't think it's coming out. No, I can't get it. But they're not a new breed, they're an old breed. Lucifer's legions, the powers that be, your demigods of earth, that are disciples for the computer intelligence that is largely the god of earth. That means that it's all intelligence and no humanness. But it is about an image of light. So it's an image of being a real, loving, caring, compassionate God. So that's the deception for humanity, because most human beings were deceived from the beginning because they didn't understand that if everything is only intelligence, that it will use its intelligence for power and control, because that's all it can do, just as the psychopath and those steeped in Lucifer's Narcissus malignant computer virus mind. Computer virus mind is simply where intelligence rules. Intelligence is the only thing that matters. Intelligence is control. Total intelligence is total control. Total artificial intelligence of Earth, which is what the computer virus is, which is the worldwide computer web. And it's a spider's web for human beings. Okay? So these are this is the reality which most people see, not just me. You don't have to be completely surrounded and engulfed by it. You don't have to have where they show their true hand. By then, you can't get away from it, so you will be mentally disturbed by it. You will be, the transhuman agenda is here, but while you're unaware of the transhuman agenda, the transhuman mind to computer connection, where they're reading your brainwaves, interpreting your thoughts, your ideas, and your emotions, and then taking that energy and those thoughts, emotions, and ideas as their own, so that, like Lucifer, they can have the image of being of light and love and human. And you will think they are associated with a real creator God. And sometimes you will even admire and worship them. So they are like the disciples of Lucifer, the god of earth.